Well, let's get more insight from Stewart Chiron, who is known as the cruise guy. Stewart, so this makes China the fifth country in the world capable of building large cruise ships. Why is China keen on building its own cruise liners?
Well, I think rather than relying on foreign-built ships and companies, China wanted to take the shipbuilding and the cruise model and be able to have their own cruise brands sailing their own cruise ships. So it makes complete sense. And obviously, the previous story mentioned Fincantieri, but they've also got, the joint venture is actually with Carnival Corporation. So this ship is a Carnival, essentially a Carnival Dream class ship, which is about 135,000 tons and can hold about 5,600 passengers. So they're getting a lot of experience in a very short manner.
And how big is China's cruise market?
Well, it's a tremendous cruise market. I mean, it was expected to be close to at around the third largest. There's a tremendous amount of people, but it was just the lack of available ships. The bulk of the ship inventory is global, so it's all around the world. But the Chinese passengers, it started back in 2006 when Carnival Corporation's Costa Cruises started to sail there. Then we had other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean is now the dominant. You had Norwegian for a short period of time. Princess and Carnival were going to, but it just seemed to develop that the best way to grow it was to create its own brand and build its own ships.
And what challenges remain in building a cruise tourism market in China? And the country has just lifted the restrictions because of COVID-19.
Yeah, the restrictions, I mean, China and Asia are the last regions of the world to come back online, which is why it's going to take it could take up to a decade to see a pre-pandemic level of cruise ship sailing from China, because the ships have been redeployed to other cruise lines and other regions of the world. But, in short order, look, these are floating resorts. They can be moved based on demand and availability. And hopefully the Chinese guests will be able to take longer vacations rather than just the short spurts that they've gone traditionally. It's a tremendous opportunity. I mean, I just spent, 2 cruises in the Mediterranean, and it was really nice to see so many Chinese passengers sailing again around the world in different regions.
So you think it would take around 10 years to return to the pre-pandemic levels? And if we look at a recent study published in Marine Pollution Bulletin, a large cruise ship can have a carbon footprint greater than 12,000 cars. How will the campaign to achieve net zero emissions curtail cruise tourism in China and beyond?
Well, they're all working on it, and now the industry is leading its way in the marine category. But those studies are antiquated and not using the best available information, especially with the liquefied natural gas ships that are coming online, and some of the ships that are being developed to use different forms of fuel. That information isn't accurate anymore.
Thank you very much. That is Stewart Chiron.